All right, Barry, just draw. Let's check it. Ah! What? 2024 NFL Week 2 review. Let's check it out.
What's going on, guys? It's week 2 already.
I can't believe it's week 2,
Again,
bruh.
The season goes by fast. And you
No
know
cap.
what time it is? It's time for another weekly review video, which begins right after this.
W Snipe. W Snipe, clap it up!
Might imagine there's
Yes,
every
sir.
out there. Tua started the festivities with an interception, which Buffalo
Oh my God, Tua
capitalized
turned them all
off
over,
of
bro.
when Harry
Rip.
Steinfeld's boy toy threw a touchdown pass to go up 7.
Bro has eggs for
Dolphins
brains
went
now,
on
bro.
a long drive, no offense
Fuck.
to University of Georgia football players, to tie the game at 7 after 1, but following another Tua interception, Buffalo took a 10-7 advantage off a short field, then went up 17-7, and following a turnover on downs from Miami, 24-7 on back-to-back James Cook touchdown runs. Miami made it 24-10 at halftime, but the game essentially ended early in the third when Tua threw a pass that was so ugly it had a great personality. A
Bruh, Jesus
31-yard pick
Christ.
six that put the Bills up 31-10. On the very
That was a
next
crazy
drive,
throw.
Tua got Miami inside Buffalo's 10 on a scramble where he slammed his head into the chest of the most famous legally dead person of all time, Damar Hamlin. This gave him another concussion. As of this moment, Tua's career is up in the air, but I do believe he'll play again, although maybe not this season. The entire fourth quarter was garbage time.
Honestly,
Nobody
bro, I think he should just retire at this point, bro. Like, he already got that guaranteed contract, like that guaranteed money, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, bro, honestly, just hang up the jersey, gang.
Deuce points,
Fat.
and Miami
Hang up
trotted
the
out
cleats.
Skylar Thompson, which is not good for them, as he's terrible, and, more disgustingly to a
Like,
man
at
of
this
faith
point, it's
like
just bigger than
myself, has a
football.
name that sounds like a female porn star. I don't think signing Snoop Huntley will really make a difference either. Dal ass. Once again, reminder,
Dal
Cowboys
sucks.
haven't won shit over the last 28 seasons, but we as a country are still subjected to watching them 6 to 7 times
your boy
every
got a
year
hairball.
on prime time because they used to be great when films were still coming out in black and white.
Hey, first off, let me just say this. Shout out Kamara, bruh. 44 fucking points. #1 fantasy player out right now. Hey, bro, he's been carrying me for 2 weeks. Hey, bro, I'll take it. Shout out Kamara.
They're the Notre Dame
Honestly.
of the NFL.
And he won your boy a band.
Anyway, the Saints completely dragged
That's the real
their
MVP,
nutsacks all over Dallas, which I honestly wasn't expecting, but it was a pleasant surprise. Before you could blink, the Saints were up
Bro, Derek Carr's actually
14-3
been playing
after
good.
the first quarter, and then following the Cowboys' field goal, Derek Carr continued his hot streak with another touchdown to go up 21-6. Dallas
Y'all
then
think
started
Saints slow
a fifth
down?
comeback when
Comment down
Dak
below.
found CD Lamb chop for a touchdown.
So far,
to
they
make it
looking pretty good.
21-13. From that point, it was a slaughter. No offense to Cats in Springfield, Ohio. Saints went up 20 on an Alvin Kamara touchdown run.
Where's Manny for
More
that
like
one?
Alvin Kamala, in my opinion, because he supports people crossing borders. In this case,
Bruh.
the end zone. Yes, it's political. Learn how to take a joke. Dak then put his soup number bed by throwing a terrible.
Hey, I'm not a
interception
big
to the
fan of
Saints win
politics, bro. I don't get
35-13
into
on a
it, bruh.
quarterback sneak just before halftime.
Not
Back-to-back
interested.
Cowboy field goals made it 35-19, but it didn't really matter because the Saints added another Kamala Harris touchdown run to make it 41-19 after 3. The fourth quarter was mostly garbage time as the teams traded fruitless possessions with turnover.
my
on
God, he got
downs,
fucking
punts,
hit
and
stick.
interceptions before the Saints added another field goal to reach the final score of 44-19. While I appreciate the help as an Eagles fan, I must once again warn Saints fans to not fall for the Derek Carr trap. The other shoe will drop eventually. Do not get your hopes up. I say this because I love you. Tampa Bay versus Detroit. A rematch of
Y'all
last
think Derek Carr
season's
falls out? I don't know,
divisional
bro.
round matchup started
We'll
rather
just have to wait and
mundanely
see.
as the
They're
teams
looking good right now,
exchanged
though.
2 field goals each, while honorary third Watt brother Aiden Hutchinson racked up sack after sack. Michael Sam is somewhere smiling. It wasn't until midway through the second when Baker Cheesecake Factory found Chris Godwin,
Baker's been
formerly
playing
known
nice
by
so
a
far,
certain
too.
quarterback's fan base as quote-unquote no weapons, on a long touchdown to go up 13-6. The Lions went on a long drive that ended with no points. Baker then threw an interception to remind people why he's not elite. Then Detroit
damn.
was seemingly set up to get some points before halftime, but they messed it up with a penalty deep inside Bucs territory, which ran out the clock. The Lions began the second half on a 10-0 run to take a 16-13 lead temporarily late in the third, but Baker puffed his chest out like certain bird species do when they're horny and ran for a score to give Tampa Bay a 20-16 lead and
Damn!
would have
Okay,
4
Bake.
chances in the fourth to either take the lead or cut into the lead, but they couldn't get out of their own way despite the Bucs giving them chance after chance. A punt on the edge of field goal range was followed by a terrible Goff interception in field goal range, which was followed by a drive that ended on downs inside the Tampa 6-yard line, which was followed by a final drive that stalled out with 3 straight incompletions on Tampa's 26-yard
Damn,
line.
that was out of bounds.
Tampa is now 2-0 and looks to be doing just fine ever since getting getting rid of Baltimore a couple years ago. Green Bay versus Indianapolis. I'm not going to bend the knee and say I was wrong about Malik Willis because he finally had a game where he wasn't the worst player on the field, but I will say I'm surprised the Packers won this game. Spoiler alert, behind a strong running game led by
our fucking... Ooh, shit, what a pause. What the fuck happened here? Oh, shit.
Former University of Georgia Drunk Driver of the Year award winner Josh Jacobs. Green Bay went up 10-0 quickly.
This dude Barry be violating every video,
touchdown
bro.
pass. My large adult son, Anthony Richardson, unfortunately struggled, and the game entered a lull, as no points were scored again until midway through the third, when the teams exchanged field goals to make it 13-3 entering the fourth. The Colts' gay kicker missed a 50-yard field goal. That's his last name. Look it up. Then Green Bay added another field goal to go up 16-3 early in the fourth. Big Tony threw an interception. The Packers missed a field goal. Then the Colts finally got into the end zone on a long drive to make it 16-10 with just under 2 minutes left. The Colts got the ball back at their own 5 with 47 seconds left and no timeouts, down 6, but the game ended on Big Tony's third interception of the game that came on a desperation Hail Mary attempt, so it doesn't really count, alright? Stop making fun of my large adult son, you weirdos. He's trying his best, and that's what really matters. Pittsburgh versus Denver. How blessed are we to witness the Pittsburgh Steelers and all of their feces-covered glory. They literally live by the mantra of, that's a nice football game you have there. It'd be a shame if somebody ruined it. There's no point in me going into the specifics of this horrible game. At no point was it competitive, even though the final differential was only 7 points. There were a combined 19 penalties, more turnovers than touchdowns, 4 field goals, I thought Bo Nix was going to be this valid. Is just what the Steelers do. They make every game unwatchable, which I suppose, in some messed up way, is a talent in and of itself, but it's a worthless talent to have. They are now 2-0, despite producing just 1 touchdown. As for the Ponies, Bo Nix once again looked like shit, which is concerning because he's already approaching his 40th birthday. For all the much warranted crap I give the Steelers, the Broncos haven't been watching themselves really since 2014. I'm calling on Commissioner Goodell to ban these 2 franchises from the league immediately. Washington versus New Jersey. I hate the Steelers, bro. I don't know how they always have a fucking winning record every season, bro. It's fucking crazy. This game, you watch them play, bro, you literally just cringe, well, somebody has to win. Fuck. And by looking at the final score, you might assume it was Washington who scored 3 touchdowns while the Giants settled for field goals. Oh, how wrong you'd be, my friend. You see, when you're a terrible, disgusting franchise like the New Jersey Giants, you find ways to lose games that good teams don't. Why did they kick fucking PATs, bro? And prevented Washington from scoring any, which alone should result in a win, but oh no. Graham Gano, the longtime Giants kicker, left the game after the opening kickoff once he realized he was playing for the Giants. A missed extra point and then 2 failed 2-point conversions covered all the scoring for the Giants, while the command team skins kicked 7 field goals, including 1 to tie the game at 18 with 7 minutes left. Following a Giants turnover on downs in Washington territory, where they would normally attempt a 40-yard field goal if they had a healthy kicker, Jaden Daniels got Washington into field goal range, where they kicked the game-winning field goal as time expired to win 21-18, which coincidentally doubles as Leonardo DiCaprio's preferred age range. LA Chargers versus Carolina. Spoiler alert, Bryce Young was terrible once again. I know, I'm stunned too. This game was never competitive, which makes it Bryce Young's a shitter, bro. He got benched. Oh my god. Touchdown pass to the much maligned Quentin Johnston. Then there was a bunch of disgusting football full of punts and turnovers.
I was talking to my friends literally last night about it. Like, bro, how the fuck did he win the Heisman, bro? Now thinking about it, like, y'all think that was a fucking fluke season or something, bro? Because at this point, like, what the fuck's going on, bro? I don't know. I think one thing he does need to improve on, Bryce Young. Oh shit! What the fuck? I got some spider webs near my shit. Nah, one thing he does need to improve on though is fucking I say his footwork, bro, because that nonchalant shit ain't gonna work in the NFL. You know what I mean? Watch the tape, bro. I'm telling you.
Herbert finally found Johnston again to go
get
up
that ball out
13-0.
quick. Well, like,
Young then threw another interception, which ended with a 43-yard touchdown run by the
Chargers
to put them up 20 at halftime. But hey, you know what? Carolina eventually got on the board with a field goal to make it 20-3 in the third quarter, but that's as close as they'd get, scoring just 3 points on 11 drives. Young threw for just 84.
Jamarcus Russell. Oh my god. Damn, he was pretty bad. Bryce Young. Damn, is he a bust? No way he's a bust there.
Yards on 26
I
pass
don't believe
attempts.
it.
He is now 2-16 as a starter and has worse era-adjusted numbers than Jamarcus Russell. I knew that he would be a bust, but even I didn't think he'd be worst draft bust of all time caliber. A couple more LA
That's
field
crazy.
goals closed
Imagine,
out the
though.
scoring to reach the 26-3 final score. Herbert remains inconsistent and really hasn't had to do much yet this year, but I guess that's the Jim Harbaugh effect. Unless things change quickly, Dave Canales might be a one-and-done head coach in Carolina. New Jersey Jets versus Tennessee. As they say, styles make fights. And in this fight, we had a
Panthers
man
might
who
be cursed,
famously
bro.
refused to get shots versus a guy who gives back shots. Much like in Week 1, Tennessee started off strong when 45-year-old Calvin Ridley ran for a score to go up 7-0.
Bro said
After some
45,
forgettable
that's fucked
drives,
up.
Aaron Rodgers threw a touchdown to tie it at 7 before Tennessee added a field goal to go up 10-7 at halftime, but it was short-lived.
That fool
no
Allen
offense to
went
avoid
stupid, bro.
fetuses, as Rodgers threw a dime touchdown to Brees
The
Hall,
backup
put
running
New
back for
York
the
up
Jets?
14-10. The Jets added a field goal to make it 17-10 before Will Levis made a legitimately great touchdown throw to Ridley to tie the game at 17 entering the fourth. Following more back-and-forth punts, Rodgers led the Jets on a game-winning
That was
drive,
hot.
capped off by a 20-yard touchdown run to go up by 7 with 4:31 left. Levis
Sheesh.
drove Tennessee deep into Jets territory to give the Titans a chance to tie or win, but much like in bed, his finish left a lot of people underwhelmed as Tennessee turned the ball over to end the game. Not to brag or anything, but Will McDonald had 3 sacks in this game, which might have surprised some people, but not an expert like me. Listen to this, folks. Who's a player that's under the radar but is set to have a big year? In terms of a completely random guy that I think might
at the
have a
receipts?
good season, I said this before, maybe look at a guy like Will McDonald on the Jets. He could be a very good pass rusher down the line. Somebody to look out for.
Fuck. Nah.
See?
Hey,
called
W
it.
prediction,
Such a great
bruh.
American. Unbelievable.
I'll give you that,
Minnesota
Barry.
versus San Francisco. 49ers and
Fuck. I don't even, should I skip it, bro? Fuck, bro. I don't know, bro. Niners are just no oh my god. Just no Niners are looking fucking sorry, bro.
after this game with
No
heavy
cap.
hearts following the tragic death of Christian McCaffrey. Oh, wait, he's not
Tendonitis on the Achilles, and then fucking Debo got a calf strain. Fuck out of here,
dead.
bro.
Based
Niners
on how
are
all the
cooked.
fantasy football weirdos have been acting, I thought he died. Good to know he's still alive. Anyway, the game was pretty nondescript until Dick Hammer's grandson threw a 97-yard touchdown pass to
Holy
Justin
shit.
Jefferson to put the Vikings up 10-0. Yes, that's right. Sam Darnold's
Like,
grandpa
bro,
was
how does our secondary get joked like that? You know what I mean, bro? Like, how does our secondary get joked like that by Jay Jettas, bro? Now, I understand Jay Jettas, arguably a top 3 receiver in the league, bro. Probably even number 1, bro, for some folks. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I get it, though. At the same time, I don't. Like, bro, Niners defense is supposed to be, like, crazy, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know.
a guy named
Maybe I'm
Dick
tripping.
Hammer. Following a later Darnold interception,
Hopefully
Brock
they wake
Purdy
up
found
next week,
Triple
bro.
H for a touchdown to cut it to 10-7.
Right
But
now,
the
it's kinda
49ers
looking
looked
bad.
out of
Motherfuckers
sorts
getting
all
injured.
game. Down 13-7 in the third, Purdy threw an interception, which set up a short field touchdown pass by Darnold to put the Vikings up 20-7. The
Holy
teams
shit. How does he
exchanged
get open?
fumbles, including an Aaron Jones goal line fumble that probably would have sealed the game for Minnesota, which gave San Fran new life as they made it 20-14
That was a
on
dot.
a
I remember
not
that
Christian
catch.
McCaffrey touchdown run. But the Vikings went on a long, time-consuming drive to go up 23-14. 49ers added a field goal to cut it back to 6 with a minute left, but the onside kick failed. Unsurprisingly, since the new rule where teams have to announce they're doing an onside kick beforehand is the lamest rule ever, perhaps outside of ties. But in this case, I'll allow it. Seattle versus New England. What an underrated rivalry that
lost.
always produces great games this is. Most notably Super Bowl 49, where Malcolm Butler's interception made everybody forget that Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions and his average completion traveled just 3.6 yards in the
Jesus
air.
Christ,
But let me
Brady,
get back
none
to the
of those
present.
short
Jacoby Brissett
passes.
once again had a riveting performance, throwing for 149 yards and generally being unwatchable, although he did throw a touchdown early to put New England up 7-0 before Eugene Cyril Smith said, "Not on my watch, pal," and found foursome enthusiast DK Metcalf on a long touchdown to tie it at 7. Patriots kicked a field goal to go up 3 before Seattle took the
That was
lead
a
on a
great
short
touchdown by
touchdown
DK.
run. Teams then traded field goals to make it 17-13 Seattle at the half. After a scoreless third quarter where Drake May learned invaluable lessons watching Brissett take sacks and handing the ball off, New England went up 20-17 on a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. The Patriots had a chance to expand the lead on their next drive, but Brissett took a sack on third down, and New England's 48-yard field goal was blocked. Thank goodness May has a great teacher like Brissett to look up to. Morons. Seattle then tied the game with a field goal to make it 20-all going into overtime, but after a New England punt, Seattle drove down the field to win the game 23-20 on Jason Myers' 31-yard field goal.
If I were the Patriots, literally start the rookie, bro. What's there to lose, bro? Like, what if he's actually nice? You could even develop, like, bro, he gets reps. He gets, like, in-game reps. But I get it. At the same time, they don't want him, like, pulling up Bryce Young or something. I don't know,
to improve to 2-0. But at least the Patriots can take solace in the fact that Drake May is learning how to throw for 135 yards a game by watching Jacoby Brissett. Cleveland versus Jacksonville. Following an incredibly difficult week, both on and off the field, Deshaun Watson heroically overcame new rape allegations to lead the Browns to a gritty road win versus Jacksonville.
They should start Jameis Winston. Like, fuck Deshaun Watson, bro. Get him off the fucking team, bro.
First, he forced his way into the end zone against the Jaguars' will to put Cleveland up 7-0.
I don't even think Browns fans like
him. The game became a field goal orgy. The Browns went up 10-0. Jaguars made it 10-3. Then Cleveland kicked not one, but two straight field goals to make it 16-3 early in the third. Following a missed field goal by Jacksonville, the Jaguars finally responded the next time they got the ball with a touchdown to make it 16-10 entering the fourth. But Trevor Lawrence's clutch time red zone struggles continued as he had multiple chances to put Jacksonville ahead deep in Cleveland territory, but had to settle for a field goal to make it 16-13. Following a hilarious segment where Cleveland lost 26 yards in penalties to force themselves out of field goal range, Lawrence had a chance to win or tie the game and perhaps turn the season around, but instead he took a safety, which made it 18-13. Lawrence would get yet another chance to win the game, but the final drive stalled out at Cleveland's 33 before time expired. The Jaguars have now lost 7 straight games with Lawrence as the starter, and he now has a career 20-32 record. Las Vegas versus Baltimore. After a pretty boring first half, which saw only field goals, a Gardner Minshew interception, and another missed field goal by Justin Tucker, the Ravens took a 16-6 lead early in the third after a Lamar Jackson touchdown pass. Well, that's it. Surely the Ravens at home with a 10-point lead versus the Raiders won, or did they? The game turned when Lamar threw an interception up 10, which the Raiders turned into a touchdown to make it 16-13 entering the fourth, but not to fear. The Ravens answered back with a fishtail star Derrick Henry's second rushing touchdown of the season to go back up 23-13. Vegas responded with a field goal, cut it to 7, but a Baltimore punt gave Vegas a chance to tie, which is exactly what they did. Minshew went into checkdown mode, finding the balding rookie stud Brock Bowers a couple times before completing a touchdown pass to future Hall of Famer Davante Adams to tie the game at 23 with 4 minutes left. But instead of meeting the moment, the Ravens punted. And it wasn't just any punt, it was a shanked punt of just 19 yards, which set up Vegas in field goal range, which again, they capitalized on with 30 seconds left to go up 26-23. Baltimore's final drive then died, much like Ray Lewis's victims, around their own 40-yard line for a wild final
Barry is fucking wildin', gang.
To seal Baltimore's stunning 0-2 start. Maybe Lamar would have scored if he held on to the ball
that's
on the
so
last
random,
play, but I guess we'll never know. I'll tell you one thing, though. MJ and Kobe wouldn't have passed that ball. More like LeBron Jackson, am I right? Arizona versus the LA Rams. One of the biggest surprises of the weekend.
Shout out Marvin Harrison. And is this his dad?
After Marvin Harrison
just violated his dad. What?
With the Rams defensive backs just before kickoff, Marvin Harrison Jr. immediately scored 2 touchdowns within the first 7 minutes of the game to put the Cardinals up 14-0. Arizona then went on a 99-yard drive to go up 21-0 in the second, and all the Rams could respond with was a measly little field goal. This was an absolute nightmare game for the Rams. Not only did they get bent over, they also lost Cooper Kupp 1 week after losing Puka Nacua. Before you knew it, Arizona was up 34-3.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, don't even say that name. Fuck! Not only did I lose Puka, but I lose Kupp. I'm gonna crash out, bro. I'm gonna crash out. I hope Kupp gets better, bro. Honestly, I hope that ankle. Fuck, is he gonna be on IR? They didn't even announce shit. They just said he's gonna be out the next game. I don't know. I hope he speed recovery, bro. Fuck. Can't believe I lost both, bro. I'm fucked in fantasy, bro. Y'all know. I'm gonna update y'all week to week. I am 2-0. That's the thing, bro. Shit's honestly crazy. I don't know how I'm 2-0, but I'm getting these crazy ass injuries. It's fucked, bro. I'm not trying to lose, bro. I'm trying to keep winning, but I'm gonna keep updating y'all, bro. Honestly, I'm on the waiver wire of hell.
Late in the third before LA scored a garbage time touchdown. To add even more
Like, I'm
insult
fucked,
to the
bro.
Rams, the Cardinals recovered their own fumble in the Rams' end zone in the fourth quarter to reach the 41-10 final score. In other news, Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl champion, and Kelly Stafford's second favorite former University of Georgia quarterback, is quote-unquote just 36 years old and now has 109 career losses. The NFL record is 123. So if Stafford plays 4 or 5 more years, he could put that dubious record far out of reach. Kansas City versus Cincinnati, the most hyped game of the weekend, featuring one of the best.
What's crazy is that like the Rams are supposed to be nice too, bro. With both Puka and Cup. But motherfuckers are getting injured, bro. It's unfortunate. Rams are going to fall off now.
Rivalries in all of sport. 3-time Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes against 0-time Super Bowl champion Joe Burrow.
I don't.
For the
Fuck
most
the
part,
Rams.
Burrow
What?
outplayed Mahomes in this one, as Mahomes had another inconsistent performance. Yet, as usual, between these two teams, it went down to the final play. The key stretch happened late in the third. Mahomes threw a touchdown to go up 17-16, but Burrow answered back with a touchdown pass to make it 22-17. But instead of going for 2, Cincy tried the traditional extra point and missed, but Mahomes threw his second interception of the day on a terrific play by Cam Taylor-Britt. But Cincy's momentum was short-lived, as Burrow had a fumble 6 on the opening play of the fourth, which gave Kansas City the lead back 23-22. But Kansas City missed their 2-point conversion, and the Bengals responded with a 53-yard field goal to go up 25-23 with 9:28 left. After the Chiefs punted, Burrow, once again, had a golden chance to put away a huge game, but failed to do so, as Cincy punted the ball right back. The final drive was controversial to some, as Cincy had Kansas City stuck in a 4th and 16, but a defensive pass interference was called, which put Kansas City in field goal range. Personally, I didn't think this was a false flag, no offense to 9/11 truthers. True to his own beliefs, Harrison Butker then sent the Bengals home to be with all the women, nailing a 41-yard game-winning field goal to win 26-25, improving Kansas City to 2-0 and dropping Cincy to 0-2, which coincidentally is also the record of assassination attempts against Donald Trump. Houston versus Chicago.
What is wrong? Bro, what is wrong with this dude Barry, bro?
This week's Sunday Night Football battle featured one of the bright young stars of the league in C.J. Stroud. For the most part, both quarterbacks did a decent job in the first half, exchanging field goals and each leading their teams to a touchdown drive, as Houston held a 16-10 halftime lead. But the second half is where things went south, especially for Caleb Williams, although Stroud wasn't at his best either. I've been a vocal supporter of Williams for years now, but thus far, through 2 games, he has been disappointing, no question about it. I still believe it's best he play through it, and he will eventually become a very good quarterback, but yeah, this has been a pretty rough start. Following 4 punts and 2 interceptions to begin the second half, Williams led a field goal drive and got the ball back down by 6 with 1:37 left with a chance to win the game, but despite his best fingernail paint job, a crucial sack by Daniil Hunter and a couple incompletions ended the drive at the Chicago 40 to seal the loss. Atlanta versus Philadelphia. As an Eagles fan,
I wonder what like the QB hits were that game, bro. That shit had to be crazy. Holy fuck, bro was getting schmacked all game.
It's one of the worst choke jobs I've seen the Eagles have, and it's absolutely one of the worst regular season
Oh my god, Saquon, he sucked.
losses I can ever remember them having. But as the old saying goes, best to just rip off the band-aid and get straight to the pain. So let's go to the end. The Eagles were up 18-15. They had the ball 3rd and 3, deep inside Falcons territory. Instead of running the ball twice, they decided to throw on 3rd down, and it wasn't a bad play call, and Saquon Barkley got wide open, but unfortunately, he dropped a wide open pass. And if he had caught it, the Eagles would have won. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all that he dropped that pass. Either way, the Eagles kicked the field goal to go up by 6 with 1:40 left. And then Kirk Cousins out of nowhere just threw a bunch of fucking dimes, looking like the greatest quarterback of all time. And then he threw a go-ahead touchdown with about 30 seconds left. The Falcons then kicked an extra long extra point because of unsportsmanlike conduct, which gave them a 22-21 lead. And guess what? There were still about 30 seconds left on the clock. The Eagles had 2 timeouts. First completed a pass to get them closer to midfield. Still looked fine. Jake Elliott's one of the best kickers in the league. And then on the very next play, Hurts decided to throw up a fucking air punt for no reason to lose the game. Really just a disgusting loss for the Eagles. But you know what they say? God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. And that's what I am. And that's what I have to endure on a daily basis. And yet, despite my Eagles torturing me and destroying my mental health, I am sticking with them. And and I am persevering through this because I'm a man of integrity and I'm a man of honor. And I'm honestly a hero, to be honest. That's my takeaway from this game. Now it's time for the Week 2 awards. The award for best throw of the week to me goes to Derek Carr.
Derek Carr has been throwing fucking bombs, bro. This was a crazy
full deep
throw.
Touchdown pass in the first quarter against the Cowboys to put the Saints up 14-3. This is what he's capable of. He's always had a rocket arm. He's always had great highlights. He just is a tease. He's just going to let you down. But on this particular play, we saw what he's capable of doing from time to time, and it was an unbelievable pass. The worst throw of the week goes to our good friend in Tennessee, Will Levis. I didn't have these awards last week, but he would have the worst throw of the week for the second week in a row.
Will Levis is a literal meme now.
Pass deep in field goal range that ended up being a turnover in another Titans loss. A part of me respects Will Levis's never say die attitude, but sometimes you end up doing more harm than good for your team instead of just throwing the ball away and living to play another down, and that's what we've seen from Levis over the last couple weeks. Puppy of the week once again goes to Scooby. He's the most adorable doofus on the planet. Some might even say he's too adorable. I'm going to be doing a little something different this year. I've decided that every week I'm going to do preview videos, and with the way that my schedule is, I won't be able to space out the videos enough to get the Thursday night game involved in my normal preview video, so now I'm just going to do my Thursday night preview segment at the end of my weekly review segment so I don't miss it. Get it? Got it? Good. It's hard in these early season games to really try and figure out who has the advantage because we only have 2 games of sample size to work off of, but before the season began, I said as long as Aaron Rodgers was healthy that the Jets were going to be one of the better teams in the AFC, and the Patriots were going to finish last in the AFC East. And so far, I don't really see any reason why I should change that. The Jets have the massive advantage of quarterback, even though Aaron Rodgers is 40, and he hasn't looked like Aaron Rodgers this season. He still is a much more talented quarterback than Jacoby Brissett, and he actually throws the ball downfield. That's where the Jets' biggest advantage is, I would say. So, but the Patriots have...
Would Aaron Rodgers have time, though? What?
Jets
is their O-line good? I don't know if the
promise thus far
Jets
this season, but I do feel like they will get better as well. It just seems as though until the Patriots turn over the reins to Drake May, that they're always going to be limited because Jacoby Brissett is a limited quarterback. Both these teams, they're great at rushing the ball, just a lot of talent. But I think at the end of the day, the Jets are playing at home. It's Aaron Rodgers' first home game since he blew up his Achilles last year in the season opener. I think the Jets handle this one rather easily. I'll say the Jets win 27-17.
All right, bro. Shout out Barry, bro. What y'all think of week 2, bro? Fuck, bro. I hope the Niners can get it together, and I hope I can win fantasy, bro. Honestly, bro. It's not looking too good for me right now. Pray for me, boys. Shit. Hey, bro, drop in the comment section down below who I should pick up, bro. Like, who's a fucking sleeper, dog? Anyways, I'll catch y'all, boys.